At the beginning of the story, we see Max, lying alone on an endless stretch of pale sand dunes. His body was exhausted beyond limits. For 3 days and 3 nights, he had not slept even once. His eyes burned from dryness, his lips were cracked, and every breath felt like a painful effort. The sun had beaten down on him mercilessly during the day, while the nights had wrapped him in a cold, cruel silence. When Max finally opened his eyes, his vision was blurred. For a moment, he was unsure whether he was awake or still trapped in a nightmare. Slowly, shapes began to form around him. The ocean stretched endlessly in front of him, shining under the sunlight. Then he saw them, figures moving in the water. His heart jumped. His crew. They appeared to be swimming calmly, their movements slow and gentle, as if they were resting after a long journey. Hope rushed through Max's chest like fire. His legs trembled as he stood up and stumbled toward the shore. Every step felt unreal, as though the ground beneath him might disappear at any moment. But as he moved closer, the truth revealed itself with terrifying clarity. The bodies were motionless. Their faces were pale and empty. The sea waves pushed them back and forth without care. These were not living men enjoying the water. They were dead. They had been dead for a long time. Max froze. His mind refused to accept what his eyes were seeing. Then the realization struck him like a knife to the heart. He was the only one left alive. The disaster that had destroyed their ship had taken everyone except him. His knees gave way, and he fell to the ground. Grief poured out of him in silent tears. There was no one to hear his cries, no one to answer his pain. Even in his sorrow, Max knew he had to act. He could not leave his crew like this. With shaking hands and a broken heart, he began burying their bodies under the sand dunes. Each movement felt heavy. Each mound of sand marked the end of a life he had once shared laughter and hope with. By the time the sun disappeared, his body ached with exhaustion. Darkness slowly covered the island, turning everything into shadows. Strange sounds echoed from the nearby forest. Whispers of animals, the rustling of leaves, unknown movements hidden in the blackness. Fear wrapped itself around Max's heart. With no shelter and no weapon, he searched desperately for safety. He spotted a tall tree nearby and climbed it with the last of his strength. There, high above the ground, he sat through the night, hugging his knees, trembling from cold, fear, and grief. His thoughts repeated endlessly in his mind. I must survive. I must protect myself. When morning finally arrived, golden sunlight broke through the darkness. From his place in the tree, Max noticed something that made his heart race again. Not far from the shore, he saw the wrecked ship, the one he had been traveling on. It hadn't completely sunk yet. Hope returned. Without hesitation, Max climbed down and made his way toward the ship. The journey was slow and painful. His body protested every step, but his determination pushed him forward. After hours of struggling through the sand and shallow water, he finally reached it. As he stepped inside the ship, a sound stopped him in his tracks. A soft cry. A dog. Max's heart pounded. He grabbed a nearby tool and forced open a closed door. Inside, curled up and weak, but alive, was his beloved dog, Simba. For a moment, Max couldn't breathe. Then tears streamed down his face. Tears of sorrow turned into tears of pure joy. "You're alive," he whispered. For the first time since the disaster, Max felt warmth in his heart again. After the emotional reunion with Simba, Max took a deep breath and wiped his tears. There was no time to waste. The ship was badly damaged, and the sea was slowly pulling it down. He moved quickly from room to room, searching for anything useful. In one storage area, he found bags of food, some dry rice, canned supplies, and bottles of water. In another room, he discovered tools, knives, ropes, hammers, and several guns with limited ammunition. Max knew this was his only chance. He gathered everything he could carry. Using broken wooden parts from the ship, he crafted a strong weapon to protect himself from animals or any unknown danger. Carefully, he lowered Simba first, making sure the dog was safe. Then he tied the supplies together with ropes and secured them around his shoulders. The weight was heavy, and the waves were rough, but his mind was focused on one thing only: survival. With slow and painful steps, Max carried everything back to the shore. By the time he reached land, his muscles burned, and his lungs felt like fire. But he was alive. Simba stood beside him, wagging his tail weakly, as if encouraging him to keep going. Later, when Max finally sat down to eat, reality struck him hard. After counting his supplies, he realized he had only one bowl of rice left that could last for a short time. Panic rose in his chest. This meant he and Simba would have to eat very carefully. Every grain of food would matter. Holding his gun tightly, Max decided to explore the island. He entered the forest cautiously, watching every movement, listening to every sound. His heart raced as shadows shifted around him. He hoped to find a path, a signal, or something, anything that could lead him back home. He crossed a high slope and reached a lonely coastline on the other side of the island. When he looked out, his heart sank. There was nothing, no land, no boats, no people, just endless water. It became painfully clear that ships rarely, if ever, passed through this area. Still, Max refused to give up hope. He told himself that if a ship ever came, he must be ready. He moved his shelter closer to the desert shore and began watching the sea every day. For hours, he sat silently, staring at the horizon. Days passed, then weeks, then months. 6 long months passed without a single sign of rescue. One afternoon, while walking along the shore with Simba, the dog suddenly began barking loudly. At first, Max ignored it, thinking Simba had sensed an animal. But when Max lifted his hat to wipe sweat from his face and took a drink of water, his eyes froze in shock. In the distance, a large ship was approaching. Max's heart nearly burst from his chest. Without thinking, he ran. He grabbed the tools he had prepared long ago and sprinted across the burning sand. His feet sank with every step, but he pushed forward. He quickly lit a fire, creating thick smoke that rose into the sky. "Look at me," he whispered desperately. But the island was small, and the ship was far away. As the ship continued forward, Max's hope began to fade. Fear and doubt crept into his heart. He fired shots into the air toward the sea, hoping the sound would reach someone. The gunshots disappeared into the distance. The ship did not slow down. It sailed on, as if Max did not exist. Tears streamed down his face as his final hope slipped away. In a last desperate attempt, Max jumped into the ocean and swam with all his strength. Waves crashed against him, pulling him back. Within minutes, his body gave up. The ship became smaller, then smaller, until it was nothing more than a dot. Exhausted and broken, Max collapsed back onto the sand. His arms and legs felt lifeless. His hope was gone. Simba ran to him and cried softly. The sound shattered Max's heart. That night, Max lay on the sand, staring up at the stars. For the first time, he accepted the truth. If no one came to save him, this island would be his home.